It feels like every season, in every league, we're talking about the same players over and over again. In baseball, it's Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani.
In football, it's Patrick Mahomes.
This is what Patrick Mahomes did that I mentioned Tom Brady didn't do.
But talking about the same player every day gets old, and it also gets very boring. Certain players get overshadowed because of another superstar just being on their team. I'm here to give you 5 players who will shine in 2024 that you just haven't heard much about. Starting things off, we have second baseman Nico Hoerner. Fans look at Mookie Betts, who just had a great year, or they look at Jose Altuve, who is also very well known. This results in a player like Nico Hoerner just really not being talked about. For instance, you go and look at this list that came out yesterday. MLB fans voted the top 10 second basemen in MLB, and Nico Hoerner was not on that list. But let's refresh your mind a little bit on Nico Hoerner. He won the Gold Glove last year, putting together an elite defensive season in his first year at second base. But then you get into his batting statistics, and it really doesn't look great. In fact, it looked quite average, until you head over to Fangraphs and you see that he was ranked number 3 in WAR among second basemen. If you're unfamiliar with the statistic WAR, it judges a player overall by their value to winning. Winning is what matters in this league, and him being ranked at number 3 means he is a winning player. On that same day that MLB released the fan list, they released an MLB expert list. MLB experts apparently need to tune into Purely Baseball because they missed the mark on this list completely. Before I show you this list, I want you to picture this. Ozzie Albies hits for a 280 batting average, hits 33 home runs, and even has an 849 OPS. The so-called experts decide not to rank him on this list. They decided to put other players who are just simply not quite as good as him. Ozzie Albies is a top 10 second baseman in baseball. Is he truly underrated? No, he's not, but I had to put him on this list because according to MLB experts, he is underrated if he's not on that list. But talking about a player who is underrated, I feel like I'm always the guy in the room who brings this up. Anthony Volpe is a lot better than what people give him credit for. His rookie year wasn't anything stellar, but it was a year that he showed an overwhelming bit of flashiness. Defensively, he's already a top player in baseball, becoming even the first rookie Yankee shortstop in MLB history to win a Gold Glove award. That alone makes him such a valuable player at such a valuable position. But people disvalue him because of his hitting statistics, and traditionally, you'd like to see a good batting average, but 21 home runs for a rookie year is not bad at all. Look, I understand not liking the 209 batting average, but that's what developing is all about. The average will improve with time, and as he's doing that, he's also growing as a person. His 21 home runs are another thing that are likely to go up as he gets older. I'm saying give him time, and then he will develop into a star. For our next player, I want to ask you, how many times have you actually heard this name? And this player is Jack Suwinski. I feel like no one ever talks about Suwinski, and it's because he's on a losing Pittsburgh Pirates team, but Jack Suwinski has slowly developed into one of the best power hitters in the league. He began his career in 2022 as an awesome power hitter, but he had no contact, barely even hitting for the Mendoza line in 2022. Suwinski knew that in order to stay into the starting lineup, he needed to go and improve his batting average. The home runs overall went up, and he was better, but as far as the batting average goes, it really wasn't perfect. But it was a hell of a lot better than the year prior, and considering his leap in development last year, I have reason to believe that his 2024 could be very similar in development. And it isn't just his 26 home run season that's going to lead to a breakout, because if you go and look at Jack Suwinski, he also walks at a very respectable rate. Obviously, walking gets you on base. Well, when he's on base, he's very fast. He had a total of 13 stolen bases last year, and he was only caught twice. I think it's time that he starts stealing more, and he of course continues to hit home runs. For our last player, we have Josh Naylor of the Cleveland Guardians, and by the way, just a disclaimer for Rockies fans, Nolan Jones was going to be next on this list, but I also feel that most people know about him by now, so he's really not underrated. But as I was saying, Josh Naylor is underrated. He had a good 2022, but it wasn't spectacular, and in fact, he couldn't hit lefties to save his life. Look at this stat from Fuzzy. Josh Naylor had a 181 average, and he could not hit lefties in 2021 to 2022, but then he went into the offseason, he put in work, and now he can hit lefties in his sleep. Somehow, again, these MLB experts didn't put him on the top 10 first baseman list, and worth noting, it's a position that has an overload of talent, so I understand it from that point, but what he did last year was unreal. Not just the numbers either. I mean, you go and look at his player development, it was better than what a lot of players are able to do. He is a top 10 first baseman in MLB, and I will stand by that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and peace out.